Hi Game Replays, I'm Tekosachu. You're listening to a Dawn of War 2 shoutcast. Today's match is between Dark Primarch and Umpire1. Umpire1, a very popular name on the Game Replays site. Dark Primarch, Dark Primarchs, multiple Primarchs, so he's some sort of hive mind collective brood, but he's not playing as the Tyrannid, so this is anachronistic. I'm going to unpause pretty soon. I'm paused at the 5-second mark, but they are both Eldar, just to make sure that we are watching the same game. Perhaps you're watching this for the second time, but you are just desperate to watch any shoutcast because no one is making any. I'm at 5 seconds. Let's unpause in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Unpause. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. These are two of the top Eldar players, so I believe that makes them two of the top homosexuals. Good luck, have fun, and yo, says Umpire1. Fantastic. I like the paint scheme on Dark Primarch's army. He's really going for the emo feel, whereas Umpire1 has gone for the more traditional fruity feel, which I also approve of. Both of them getting dual Guardians right off the bat. And we have a Warp Spider Exarch chosen by Umpire1, the northern player, and a Farseer chosen by the southern player. I'm predicting victory for Umpire1 because the Farseer is female, and we know that they are less capable at many things. Both players capping in the same order, except Umpire1, no, Dark Primarchs has chosen to cap as VP before the requisition on the right, and Umpire1 chose to go for the requisition first. I prefer to go for the VP. The VPs just tick down so fast that I want to start pressuring my opponent, and frankly, I don't need requisition. I mean, for what? Buying units? If I needed units to win the game, I'd be playing StarCraft or something, honestly. All I need is my commander. And we see the Warp Spider teleporting around as if he could fly, which he basically can, only it's through space instead of through normal space. Has decapped the power right in front of the southern player's base, right in front of Dark Primarch's base, and that is really annoying because that was probably the power he wanted to upgrade with his power node. Instead, he has been forced to upgrade the power node that is to the right of his base, and so that's going to be easier for Umpire1 to harass. So that's a very good tactic if you know which one they want to power up. Sometimes it'll be pretty obvious depending on the map. If you have some way of quickly decapping it, perhaps you have a Ravener or a teleporting dude, then you can teleport or Raven your way over to it. You can tunnel your way over to it. And again, he's doing the cheeky thing, trying to cap this, what's it called? It's a requisition point. Let's see if he makes it. Nope, he's got to teleport away, but he's a Warp Spider, so nobody cares. And we do have both players mirroring each other in their builds. Umpire1 managed to get his Howling Banshees into a fight with the Guardians, and I believe that was one of the first casualties of the game. A couple of dead Guardians. And they will go, I guess when they die, Slaanesh eats their soul or something. I'm not really a Warhammer fan. And Dark Primarchs tries the same sort of thing, gets his Howling Banshees in, but they are a bit too slow. Umpire1, oh, nope, that guy's dead. Huge amounts of blood. I find it extremely unlikely the Guardians have that much blood. I believe their power suits must produce blood. And at the 2-minute 40 mark, both players extremely evenly matched, equal VPs, and let's see if these Howling Banshees are stupid and chase these Guardians way too far into their base. It looks like they were stupid. Now they're very low health up, but they're retreating, so they probably won't lose anybody as they get away. We'll see. And so the southern player, Dark Primarchs, has added power nodes, or powered up both of his power nodes, or whatever you call it. So both of his power nodes are super secure, and he's added a generator to the south. Meanwhile, Umpire1, because his power was not harassed in the beginning, only powered up his north node, and so he's got 2 generators there, one of them being built right now. So if you look at the power income, they're both equal power income, a powered up node being worth about a generator's worth. Look at this fight. He just pushed Umpire1's platform off on the top, the Shuriken Cannon platform, and now we have 2 sets of Guardians behind yellow cover. That is enough firepower to really force the Warp Spider and another Guardian squad off. So very nice use of cover by Dark Primarchs. I'm not sure what your feelings on cover are, but if they're anything other than extreme love and a desire to be in cover whenever possible, such that you break out in a sweat when your units aren't in cover, then you're doing it wrong. Cover is a fantastic tool. It can easily make the difference between winning or losing a fight at range. In melee, no one gives a fuck, because everyone's just hitting each other with swords, which I can approve of. Both players have basically the same amount of resources. Looks like Umpire1 just went down a bit because he's reinforcing his Guardian squad. So if we look, Dark Primarchs has, I guess, poured all his requisition into his extra power generator and reinforcing people. And I guess he does have 100 more requisition because he does not have the Shuriken Planning platform that Shuriken Cannon platform. Did I say cat form? Cats. he doesn't have the platform that Umpire1 has. So if Umpire1 can use his platform to suppress people, that would be good, because that's what they're for. I'm at 4 minutes 39, 40, 41, just to make sure we're all following along. So it looks like we're gonna have some power harassment going on by Umpire1. His Guardians do not have grenades, or the little Guardian kit that gives them grenades, but that's okay because he's got Howling Banshees along for the ride, so it looks like he'll be able to get this generator down, unless he worries too much about the Fire Seer. We'll have to see what happens. He's a very good job moving his Guardians away from the Fire Seer. They do not want to be in melee with that lady. That lady is bad news in melee. You see as she kills a couple Guardians just by looking at them, with a sword in the face, swinging. But that somehow I guess his Shuriken Cannon, I said Plannin, I'm saying Plannin Cat form, which I guess is, from now on, it's the Shuriken Plannin Cat form. The Shuriken Plannin Cat form apparently caught those Guardians, which is why they retreated. I'm guessing, maybe if you saw what was happening, you can correct me. Very bold move by Dark Primarchs, rebuilding his dead generator, even as his existing generators are being harassed. But of course he figures that he'll be able to force off Umpire1 before he is able to kill all the platforms, and this looks like it works. Very nice repositioning the Shuriken Cannon platform so that it doesn't get attacked. Unfortunately, he doesn't quite make it. The Fire Seer makes it just in time to melee the platform, and that signals a full-scale retreat from Umpire1, especially now that the Howling Banshees are howling at him. And speaking of stuff that's happening, Dark Primarchs is going up to Tier 2, so soon he will have some new toys to play with versus Umpire1, who is doing a nice job of harassing on the right with his Guardians capping back some stuff, and is now counting down the VPs on his opponent, which previously have not been counting down. What was this Warp Spider Exarch doing the entire time? I don't know. He's at low health, so if he was healing, he was doing it wrong. Perhaps he got in a fight with those Guardians and pushed them off instead of the Shuriken Clan and Cat form. But he does have improved targets, which makes his crazy, weird Warp Spider Web Filament Gun better. So that's good. He's an interesting ranged hero. He's interesting because when he fires, it looks funny. I'm not sure he's interesting for any other reason. These Guardians on the left are really going to get rickrolled by these Howling Banshees, and they see that, so they get out. Howling Banshees pop their little scream thing after the Guardians retreated. You, of course, never want to do that. It will have no effect. Most disabling effects, like the Termagant's slow ability or the Howling Banshee's suppress ability, stuff like that, are not going to affect retreating units, so don't even try it. Nice teleport by the Warp Spider Exarch, teleports behind the Guardian squad and into green cover. That combination probably bought him the fight, and we have a webway gate out by the by Dark Primarchs on the far right. If you want to take a look at that, Warp Spider Exarch, theoretically able to see it, I think. I'm not sure. But it's easy to miss those when you're busy capping the VP and things like that. Howling Banshee's harassing the powered up node in the bottom right-ish of the map, and those things are a pain to harass because they take a while, but it's definitely worth it to get it down, not only because it deprives your opponent of power income, but because it gives you the opportunity to cap it when you have some free time. So now that we've reached Tier 2 for Dark Primarchs, he's got his Exarch on his Howling Banshees, so he gets the crazy spear for stabbing things, and more importantly, he's got a Wraith Guard super heavy infantry, one of the new, look at this, watch this fight first. I don't know, well, very, very brazen move by Dark Primarchs, runs his Fire Seer in to engage the platform in melee combat. He pays for it with his Fire Seer, but he does buy enough time for his Howling Banshees to get into melee. Unfortunately, his Howling Banshees, once they're in melee, they do pop the suppression, but that's not quite enough to kill all the opponent's stuff, and the Shuriken Clan and Cat form manages to set up and force everybody off. So that was a lose for Dark Primarchs, especially because his Farseer died.